first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jimmy going to look to throw it on the first play. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. And finding the tight end Hooper. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for Mixon last week, 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Texans at 3-4 on the year coming into play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here. And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Throwing. Love. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Right.
To throw now. Here's Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Mecole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Derek Brown, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Here we go.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Garoppolo under pressure, and they got to him again. Myles Jack with a sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively,
here we go.
I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Houston. Such an impressive punt return, 83 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Here we go.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Now Love. Hard throw, incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line.
Here we go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's awesome.
Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo airing it out deep for Woods. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. So he missed his first 2, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
On the option, here's Eckler.
And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
And boy, Mike Evans, he's in some discomfort. So we're going to stop play here as they pay attention to him. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. He completes this to Russell Gage. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Garoppolo now.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
On 2nd down, Eckler down to the 25. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up.
Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. And the Texans are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions, That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Love. Rolling to his right. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. From the 45 on 2nd down, Love. It's complete to Cole. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
1st down, Love to pass. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. If this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 75 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. He's got it.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Hurry!
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Joe Mixon.
His 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list.
And the Texans are able to add on to their first half lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field.
And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Titans. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of. The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
He finds his man complete. It's Barnett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Let's go.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing again on second down.
Love finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 12-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Touchdown, Texans. Mike Gesicki, a 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining.
The defense there, they forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Automatic first down. Come on.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Black shot. Green jack.
Final play of the half, Love. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So here are the Texans to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Mixon will get it to start the second half. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Love looking to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
126 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Running on first down, Eckler. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Draw play. It's Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. He'll buy some time right. And he rifles one incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On second down, they'll run it here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 41-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Losing with 2 to go on second down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Love now. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
4 yards to go on second down from the 7.
Ready?
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And Nixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field. Back now in Nashville. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Garoppolo. And this one is incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Ready.
On play action. Love to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Across the formation, Hardman gets a completion.
Touchdown! Mecole Hardman. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Garoppolo now, first down throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw again on second down. Garoppolo, blitz coming, and down he goes.
Miles Jack able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he wisely will throw that one away.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over first and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with fourth down coming up. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Here we go, here we go.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
The Texans offense set to regain possession.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP?
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
The Texans on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he is going to have a Texans first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Here we go, here we go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
Pierce will try to pick it up. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Now Evans. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught at about the 6. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Gay is on for the point after.
And this is off the left upright, but he banks it through. How about that one? So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go, here we go.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense